and you can hear my voice too.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Good morning.
thank you. So during our last lecture, we had discussed about the tools and techniques which are required for an effective training program. We had discussed some of the static tools as well as we had discussed some of the dynamic tools also. Now, after that, today we will be starting with the training process. What is the process of training that we will be discussing? Generally, it consists of 5-6 steps. What these steps are that we will be discussing one by one. Simple steps are there, and some of the steps we have already discussed during our previous lectures. So first step is organizational objectives and strategies. So training process starts with the organizational objectives and strategies. It means first the organization has to set its objectives and they have to design the strategies to achieve those objectives. So that means that the organization first has to set the objectives, that what are the objectives of the organization. Suppose one of the objective of the organization to earn more profit than the last year. That is one of the objective of the organization. Or the other objective can be that the organization wants to go for diversification this year. Or another objective can be that the organization has decided to go for expansion of its activities or expansion of its products or the production unit. So with the help of these objectives, once these objectives are finalized by the organization, then the organization has to concentrate on strategies. That okay, the objectives are finalized, objectives are set by the organization. How the organization is going to achieve that objectives? That is the second stage, and there the organization has to design a strategy. So strategy has to be designed, or various types of strategies has to be designed by the organization. One of the strategy can be that for expansion or for diversification or for earning more profit or for more production, one of the strategy could be that the organization should hire more people. With the help of more people, the organization will be able to go for more production, because more people will be there, more hands will be associated with the organization. So there will be more production for the organization. And when there is more production for the organization, we can assume that there will be more profits for the organization too. So that could be the strategy. So first, the organization has to finalize its objectives and the strategies. Now, why we have taken this strategy of, say, hiring people? Because we are concentrating on human resource management. We are discussing about human resource management. There can be another option that instead of semi-automated machine, there can be automated machines, or there can be the organization which was getting the raw material. That raw material could be of better quality, so that better quality of production will take place. So these can be various strategies or various objectives can be set by the organization. Now, second one, assessment of training needs. Now, suppose once the organization has set the objective, once the organization has prepared a strategy that they will be hiring more people. This is the strategy of the organization, that to achieve the target, they will be hiring more people. Now, if more people are to be hired, then these people are to be trained also by the organization. Now, the second step is assessment of training needs. How many people require what type of training? It should not happen that the organization has designed a training program which is provided to each and every employee of the organization. If such training program is designed, then the results will be negative because every employee may have different type of training need, or 50 people are there in the organization, they may require 5 or 6 different type of trainings. So one type of training cannot be provided to each and every employee of the organization. So there, the organization has to assess that which employees are having need for training and what type of training is required. And that comes at stage number 2. Now, stage number 3 is establishment of training goals. So before the start of training program, the organization has to set the goals for the training also. That, okay, we have designed a training program. We are investing so much of amount in the training program. What are we expecting from the training program that should be finalized? That what should be the goal? What should be the target of the training program? That after undergoing this training program, the efficiency of the trainees will improve. So that can be the target, that can be the goal which is set by the organization. After undergoing this training program, the wastages of the trainees when they will start working on their jobs will be minimized. That can be one of the goals of the training. So before implementing the training, once the training program is finalized, that okay, 50 people are to be trained and 5-6 training programs are finalized by the organization. But what should be the outcome or goal or target of those training programs? When the organization is investing money in those training program, it definitely wants the good results from the training program. So that is the third stage, which talks about establishment of training goals. Next one, designing training and development program. Now, once which type of training is to be given, what will be the result expected from the organization point of view? Once this is set, then comes the fourth stage is designing training and development program. Those training, 5-6 training program, which are to be provided to 50 people in the organization. Now, these training programs are to be designed. Training program for the lower level employee, development program for the upper level employees. Next one, implementation of training program. After designing the training program, next stage is implement those training program. That means actually the training is imparted to the trainees. That is called as implementation of training program. It can be say of 2 days training program, 5 days training program, 10 days training program, 1 month training program. It depends upon the policy of the organization and the requirement of the employees. Next one or last one is evaluation of results. Now, this is the most important part, which talks about evaluation of result. Now, in step number 3, we had discussed about establishment of training goals. Whether the goals are met by the training program, that is to be checked when we are talking about evaluation of results. Now, evaluation of result is once the employees start working on their job. Suppose 15 days training was there 15 days training is being given to the employees, and after that particular training, now the employees are given or have started working on their job. Say after 10 days, after 15 days, after 1 month, the organization has to evaluate the result of the employee's production, that how much he was producing before being given training and how much he is producing after being given training. What was the quality of production before training? What is the quality of production after training? What was the amount or the volume of wastage earlier, and what is the wastage after training? So everything is to be evaluated once the employee is has started working on the job after training, and then the organization will come to know whether the goals of the training program, the third stage, that is establishment of the goals, whether the goals of the program was met or not. If if the employees are showing, say, more productivity, less wastage, better quality of production, that means the goals of the organization of the training programs are met. If they are not showing these type of results, we can say that the goals which were set by the organization before the start of the training program are not being met. So the organization has to check what has went wrong during the training program, whether the training needs were analyzed correctly or not, whether the training was imparted in a correct manner or not. So everything is to be checked by the organization if the goals are not met. If the goals are met, it means that yes, the training program was implemented in a proper manner because the results are better. So this is the training process. Now next one is evaluation of training. Now evaluation of training, why we need evaluation of training? What is the purpose of evaluation? Why training is being evaluated? That we will be discussing. First one, to determine success of the program. First point is very simple. Why at all we evaluate the training? The first point is very simple. To determine success of program, whether the training program was successful or not, the organization will come to know once it starts evaluation of that program. Just now we had discussed that if the goals which are being set before the start of the training program are met, that means the training program was proper or was correct. But if the goals are not met, it means that training program was having some defects, and those defects are to be checked and are to be corrected. So that is first purpose, to determine success of the program. The organization will come to know about the success of training program only with the help of evaluation. Once it starts evaluating the performance of employee after being given training, then only the organization will come to know that whether the training program was successful or was not successful. Second one, to identify strengths and weaknesses of the training program. Now, the second purpose of evaluation is to identify the strength and weaknesses of the training. sorry, to identify strength and weaknesses of the training program. With the help of evaluation of training program, the organization will come to know that what are the strengths and what are the weaknesses of the training program. After the training being given to the employee, once they have started working on their jobs, and once the evaluation of training program has started, then the organization will come to know whether what were the strengths of the training program and what were the weaknesses of the training program. If the performance has increased, that means this will be categorized as strength of the training program. Performance has increased, but the wastage has also increased. This will be categorized as weakness of the training program. So once this strength and weaknesses are categorized by the organization, it will be easier for the organization to concentrate on the weaknesses of the training program. That okay, one point was very good in the training program, which has resulted in more production, which has increased the efficiency of the employee or production of the employee. But one point has resulted in more wastages for the organization. So how to control that wastages, that can be studied by the organization. So with the help of evaluation, the organization has now finalized that these are the strengths and these are the weaknesses. And once the weaknesses are found by the organization of a training program, then the organization can concentrate on how to overcome the weaknesses of that particular training program. Next one, to compare cost to the benefits of the training program. Now here in this, what happens, this is very simple, very logical, that how much cost was there in organizing, how much investment the organization has made in designing that training program, in implementing that training program, and what are the results of that training program. If the training program has resulted in, say, 1 lakh rupees, 2 lakh rupees, or 10 lakh rupees of cost has been incurred by the organization in implementing that training program, then the organization will concentrate or will definitely try to find out that what is the result of that, that whether the employees are producing more or whether they have become more efficient, their quality and quantity of efficiency or production has increased or not. So this is how it is to be calculated, that the investment is this, and after being trained, the results are this. If results are showing improvement, yes, they are showing improved results, are showing improvement, then it is profitable to the organization. If results are not showing improvement, then it is not profitable to the organization. So that is to compare costs to the benefits of the training program. Next one, to test the clarity and validity of test cases and exercises. Now in development program, we know that development programs are the programs which are being organized for managerial level cadre. Now to test the validity of test cases and exercise with the help of evaluation of training, or the purpose of evaluation is to test whether the cases or the exercises or the test which were conducted during the development program which was imparted to the managerial cadre, whether it was successful or not. whether it was valid or not. Valid means up to the mark or not, or if it was beneficial to the employees or not. Now, with the help of cases which were being discussed in the training program, if if the employees are showing better problem solving skills, they have attained better uh, problem solving skills, then we can say that those cases which were discussed in the training program were good, were valid. So they can be discussed in another training program also because they are valid. But if such cases are discussed in the training program which has not helped the employees to increase their level of problem solving skills, then they will be considered as invalid cases to be discussed in the further training and development programs. One test is conducted to check the communication of the employees. Now, the result will declare, or with the help of evaluation, only the organization will come to know whether the test were good or not, whether the test requires any changes in it, or if the results or if the evaluation says that yes, with the help of those tests which were being conducted during the development program, the employees have increased their communication skills, then as it is, these tests can be implemented. These tests will be conducted or will be considered as valid tests. So with the help of evaluation, the organization will come to know that whether the tests, cases, or the exercises or the games which were being played during the training program were valid or not, require any changes or not, are to be completely replaced by other cases, other exercises, other games or not. So everything the organization will come to know once the evaluation of training program is done in a correct manner. Next one, to identify which participants were the most successful with the program. Again, this is very simple and very logical. It is easier for the organization to find out that who is the person who has got most of the benefit of training program, who is most benefited by the training program. The person who is showing, say, more interest in the job, whose production quality wise and quantity wise has improved a lot, is that person who is most benefited by the training program. So with the help of the evaluation, the organization, it will be easier for the organization to come to know that who is the person who is most benefited by the training program. Next one, to determine if training program, if the program was appropriate solution for a specific need. Again, with the help of evaluation, the organization will come to know whether the program was appropriate solution for the specific need. Just now we had discussed that for improving communication skills, certain tests or certain exercises were conducted by the in during the training program. Now, whether those games, whether those exercises, whether those tests were successful in imparting good communication skills to the employee or not, that will be known to the organization once the evaluation of training program is done. So it is that whether the specific need of the employee was met or not. So if the employee is showing better communication, that means his need is met. If the organization, if the employee is not showing any improvement in his communication, then we can say that his need was not met. So with the help of evaluation of training program, the organization can know whether the training program, in general we can say, the organization will come to know whether the program was successful or not. Next, now training design, how a training design is prepared, that we will be discussing. Again, this is very general in nature, it is not specific. So training design is a process of creating a blueprint of the development instruction. The process of designing training program can be divided into 10 steps. Again, these are general in nature. It varies from company to company. Generally, it is of 10, it consists of 10 steps. Simple steps are there that we will be discussing. It starts with the trainer. Now, trainer, first the organization, once they have designed the training program, before implementing the training program, they should finalize who will be the trainer, who will be providing training to the trainees, who will be guiding the trainees during the training session. So how a trainer should be, that we had discussed in our previous lectures also, that if the trainer is good, then only we can expect the results of the training program good. If the trainer is not comfortable with the particular subject, then he will not be able to impart training in a better manner. First, he should be knowing, he should have good knowledge over the subject which is being taught to the trainees. Suppose he is to impart the training of, say, machine operations. It's a type of manufacturing type of organization where they want to give machine operations training to their newly joined machine operators. Now the trainer should know the machine operation in and out. He should have a very thorough, very sound knowledge about the machine operations. He should have good communication skills. He should have good, say, leadership skills. Then only he will be able to make the trainees understand or make the training program successful. So first, the trainer is to be selected, and the trainer should be the best. If the selected trainer is the best, then only the organization can expect good results. If the organization is compromising on selection of trainer, that means they are compromising with the entire training program. Now, one best trainer the organization came across is charging more for the training program. And the organization wants him to conduct the training program with a minimum fees, with a, say, less fees or less remuneration they are offering. And if another trainer is there who is not very good, or who doesn't have that much of knowledge as compared to the other one about machine operation, but he's offering less fees. As he is offering less fees, the organization immediately contacts that person, and that person is finalized as trainer for the training program. So the end result will not be the desired results of the for the organization. The desired results were that after the implementation of this training program, the efficiency of the employees will increase. That was the desired result. Now, once the organization has compromised on selection of trainer, they have compromised on the price, on the fees which is being charged by the trainer. So the results will not be the desired one. So the trainer should be the best person who is having very good knowledge about the subject on which the training will be imparted to the training. Only that trainer should be selected. Not only good knowledge, the delivery of knowledge should be very good of the trainer. It should not happen that knowledge wise he is very good, but when it comes to delivery of content, he is not that good. So again, that will not help the organization to achieve its training goal. So he should have good subject knowledge about which the training is to be given to the employee, as well as training delivery skills should also be there. He should have good communication skills so that his knowledge can be shared with the other trainees also. If he is having good knowledge but not good communication skills, then what will happen? His knowledge will not be shared with the employees during the training program. And if the knowledge is not shared during the training program, the end result will not be the desired result of the for the organization. So good knowledge should be there, good delivery skills should be there, good communication skills should be there, good leadership skills should be there. So he should be combination of all. So the best person should be selected as trainer for the organization. So that is regarding trainers. Now trainees. Now how trainees can be selected? We have talked about the selection process of the trainer, that how a trainer should be selected. Now how trainees are to be selected? Very simple process. Those who are having need for training are to be selected as trainees. Suppose if communication skills training is to be organized by the organization, those employees who are lacking in the communication skills are to be selected, are to be deputed for this training program. And this is how the trainees can be selected. Very simple. Next one, the training climate or the training environment. So training environment should be such where the, or it we can say it should be a learning environment provided by the organization, where the environment is such that everyone is open for learning and everyone is learning something out of the training program, irrespective of the positions. Now, suppose the training program is for communication skills, and for communication skills, 2 managers are also there in the training program, 10 executives are there in the training program, as well as 10 or 20 junior executives are also there. So junior executives are there, senior executives are there, as well as managers are also involved in the training program. So training climate means that everyone is learning something during the training program. It should not happen that more concentration is being given to the two managers who are part of the training program, as they are from the higher position, and less concentration is provided to the junior executive, as they are lower in position in the organization. If such thing happens, we can say the training climate is not good, the training environment is not good. Everyone should be treated in a same manner. Everyone should be provided with the same learning, say, attitude, or same learning should happen to them. So when we talk about training climate, it should be such that everyone enjoys learning in the environment. It should not happen that the junior executives are under the, say, they are under threat of the seniors, or seniors are under the threat of, say, the senior managers, that if they ask various questions, it will not be taken in a good manner by the senior executives or the managers who are part of the training program. So this should not happen. Everyone should be treated equally during the training program. Everyone should be given equal opportunity during the training program. So during, then only we can say that the learning environment is there in the organization. So that is called as training climate. So it should be such that everyone gets a chance to learn. It should not happen that questions are being asked only to the managers in the training program. So all the concentration of the trainer is on the managers. So that is not the environment which is good for the training program. The environment which is good for the training program is where everyone is given equal opportunity to learn, and everyone is learning, and the concentration of the trainer is equally distributed to each and every trainee of the training program. Next one, the trainees learning style. Now we are talking about trainees learning style. We are not talking about trainers learning style, because trainer, when he has been finalized, everything has been checked, that how he will be imparting the training, how much knowledge about that particular subject he is having, how his communication skills are. So everything is being checked there. Now we are talking about trainees learning style. Now trainees learning style means that how the trainees will enjoy the learning. Whether they will enjoy the learning with the help of lecture method, or with the help of case study method, or with the help of discussion method, or with the help of, say, role play method. So all these things are to be taken into consideration by the trainer when he is giving training to the employees, because the ultimate aim is that the trainees should learn something out of the training. Then only the training will be successful. Communication skills training was organized. So what is the main objective of this training program is, after the training program, the trainees should have good communication skills. So that is the main objective. So to achieve that objective, the organization or the trainer should strive for that, how the trainees want to learn. They will be enjoying in lecture method, or they will be enjoying in case study method, or they will be enjoying in, say, a discussion method. So whatever method they are inclined to, or they will enjoy, that method should be implemented during the training program. if the employees want discussion method to be implemented, they enjoy doing discussion during the training program, but the trainer is more comfortable with lecture method and he is implementing the lecture method, the end result will not be the desired result, because the desired result was that at the end of the training program, the employee should improve their communication skills. Now, because the trainer has not kept in mind the trainees' learning styles, and because of that, the end results doesn't match with the desired result. So that is trainees' learning style, because the ultimate aim of every training program is what? That the trainees should learn. If they have not learned during the training program is unsuccessful. Whether the trainer is world's best trainer, it doesn't matter. What matters here is that whether the trainees have learned the training needs during the training or not. If not, the trainer is not good. If yes, yes, everything in the training program was good. Next one, training strategies. Now, strategy of the training means that how the training is to be implemented. That strategy is to be prepared by the trainer, by the organization. That what should be, say, training strategy can include, say, duration of the training also. That okay, 15 days training program is there. When it should start, how much break should be there, what should be the duration of each session, where the session is to be implemented. So all these things are included in training strategies. Next one, training topics. Training topics, it is the subject area where the training is to be given. Next one, sequence of contents. Now, sequence of content is very essential. So, sequence of content means that training should be imparted to the trainees step by step. So, always step one should be the first one to be taught, step two should be the second one, step three should be the second one. If the training is being provided in such manner, we can say that it is sequence wise or sequential in nature. But if, say, step two is taught first, and then step three, and then step one is taught to the employees, then we can say that training is not being given in a proper sequence. Sequence wise training should be given. Now, what is communication? If communication type of training is given, then what is communication? Suppose if it is the first step, then it should start from there on. What is the meaning of communication? What are the various examples of communication? Step two. So it should first step, then second step, then third step. So sequence wise, it should be there. Now, if machine operators are to be trained, then what is the name of the machine? Suppose if it is the first step, then it should start from that there only. So once all the machine operation is being say taught to the trainees by the trainer, and then the trainer is giving them the name of the machine, so we can say that the sequence is not followed in a proper manner. So every training should have proper sequencing also. That sequence one, sequence two, sequence three. Next one, training tactics. So training tactics means how the training is to be provided to the trainees. What type of strategy will be used by the trainer to provide training? Whether he will be using classroom method of training or other method of training, or he will be using a combination of various methods of training, that includes in training tactics. Next one, taking help of support facilities, that we had discussed during our last lectures when we talked about the tools and equipments for training method. So that is included here. Taking help of support facilities. Support facilities are nothing but tools and equipments to be used for training programs. Say use of magnetic boards, use of blackboard, use of PowerPoint presentation, or use of printouts, or use of handouts. So these type of support facilities we are talking about. So that is called as taking help of support facilities. Last one is considering the constraints. Considering the constraints means that if anything happens in, say, constraint means the obstacles. If any obstacle, if any hurdle comes during the training program, how that hurdle will be overcome during the training program. So that is the considering of constraints. Suppose one of the equipment or support facility is, say, PowerPoint presentation. With the help of PowerPoint presentation, the trainer has decided that he will be providing the training with the help of PowerPoint presentation. Now, considering the constraint means he should be ready with plan B, that all of a sudden, if the electricity is not there, if generator is not getting started, so there is no genset backup, there is no say electricity is there for, say, 10 minutes, for 20 minutes, or for 30 minutes. So it should not happen that for 10, 20 or 30 minutes still the backup is restored, the trainees are not having anything at their hand to do with. So when we are talking about plan B, we are saying that the trainer should be ready with plan B, means that he should anticipate if such thing happens, the training should not stop. He should have handouts for the presentation with him. Immediately, with the help of handout, he should continue with the training program for the, say, for the gap of 5 minutes, 10 minutes, still the electricity is restored. So that is called as the considering the constraints. Now the last one, implementing management development program. So there, till now, we have talked more about the implementation of training program. Now we will be discussing about implementing management development program, or MDP it is called as. MDP equips managers on a middle management level with necessary competencies to implement their organization's objectives. It provides a broader understanding of management and leadership, and in this way brings real business benefits to participants and their organizations. So that is the meaning of management development program, why it is implemented to the managerial level, because it increases the capacities or competencies of the managers, so that they can comfortably handle the pressure of their work, or if they are promoted in the organization, they can comfortably hold that position. So first one, it encourages the growth and career development of employees, that we have already discussed, with the help of new skills, with the help of management development program, the knowledge of the employee is increased. If knowledge and skills are increased of the employee, of the manager, he can implement that knowledge and skills in his work, which will be beneficial not only for him but for the organization also. So it encourages the growth and career development of the employee, increases skills and knowledge, and can immediately be applied at work, that we have already discussed. Increase motivation and job satisfaction. So once the knowledge or skills of the employee is increased, he feels that when the organization is taking care of his growth, it is his responsibility to take care of the growth of the organization. So he feels motivated for better work in the organization, and more job satisfaction is there. He feels satisfied with the organization because he knows that organization is taking care of his growth, so he feels satisfied. Next one, last one, creates a network of colleagues for problem solving and support. Now, training program or management development program, they bring people or managers from different department together. Say two managers were there from HR department, three managers were there from finance department, 10 managers were there from production department, four managers were there from marketing department. So all were together for say 15 days during the training program. So earlier they were working, but they were working independently in their department only. So they were not much in contact with the other manager of other department. But as now they are there during the training program for 15 days, they are together. So they have developed a bonding between them. So this bonding, this rapport which they have developed during the training of say 10 days or 15 days or a month, this will definitely help them in problem solving. Earlier, what used to happen, that everything is official, everything is as per the norms, that if there is a problem in some department and the other department wants so it wants the help of other department, then officially as per norms they will be contacting the head of the that department. Officially they will be sending a mail that we have encountered this problem, so please help us in solving that particular problem. The mail will reach the HOD, the HOD will forward it to the concerned person, the concerned person then will contact the concerned department. So this process can be say very official in nature or very lengthy in nature. So what we are saying is it creates a network of colleagues for problem solving and support. So there will be, because of this bonding, because of this 15 days stay, the managers from different department, they have developed a rapport. So instead of forwarding a official mail to the other person, if any problem is there, immediately they can give a call to the next manager, because they know that he is the concerned person who can look after this particular problem. So here what they are doing is this helps in immediate problem solving also. So these are some of the benefits of management development programs. So with this we have come to the end of the third unit. From tomorrow onwards we will be starting with the fourth unit, which is based on compensation management. So we will stop here. So tomorrow again we will be starting the session at 6 a.m. Thank you all for being present for today's session. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.